In studio are Natalie Blanford, journalist, and political commentator Tom Gross. Thank you very much, both of you, for coming in today. Moments of unity there in the UK, Tom. For a lot of Brits, there are 2 minutes of silence now, and I imagine across the world, a lot of people are joining in grief.
Yes. As you pointed out, it is a moment of unity, and in fact, we don't often call Britain by its proper name, the United Kingdom, and that's exactly what it is right now, a kingdom that is united, and at least for this moment. We'll see whether that will stay once the period of mourning and the funeral's over, whether there's been a kind of outpouring of almost adulation around the monarchy, almost like a religion. Britain's a largely secular country, and there's been a kind of religiosity almost about it. So we'll see. There's been a fantastic rallying around the memory of the Queen, but once this funeral is over today, it remains to be seen, I think, whether the kind of popularity of the monarchy will stay with the new king, who obviously is a slightly more controversial figure. People haven't forgotten the tragic end to his first marriage to Princess Diana and her tragic death and so on. So it remains to be seen whether he can continue the popularity that Queen Elizabeth II had, and obviously he's coming in at a much older age.
So let's talk about
but also there's a bit of trepidation, because in a way she is the figure that kept the country unified. There's a Scottish independence movement, rumblings of independence in Northern Ireland and Wales, there's an economic crisis, political divisions, and there isn't the same respect for her.
Tom, let's listen into the choir there as the coffin is carried into Westminster Abbey. All the way there from Westminster Abbey. It reminds me, of course, how the Queen, I believe, was the first one whose coronation was aired live on television, right?
Perhaps I should just mention at this point that I went for some years to a private school called Westminster School, which is next to the Abbey, and we actually had services almost every morning in that Abbey, although I myself am not religious and didn't particularly enjoy them, but I'm very, very familiar, privileged, I now realised, to be very intimately to know that Abbey, and having sat there most mornings for several years. And it obviously lies in the heart of London, right across from the British Parliament and Big Ben. And it's also a reminder that it's, there are two parts to the British constitutional. There's the House of Commons on one side, where the Prime Minister and the Parliamentary, the House of Lords, Westminster Abbey, which, the Queen was, of course, head of the Church of England. It's not just a religious ceremony because she was religious, she is formally the head of England's own church, the Church of England.